China stock market returns for the last 15 years is 0%. मैंने देख के दंग रह गया यार. What the government has done is effectively capped the profit that you can make. Because governments are much more powerful. Indian companies have high ROE, which is why the stock market is a little like always overvalued. China ROEs are very low. The capital you put in is not giving you enough return on equity. Most money still throngs to the US because they like the fact that capitalism trumps everything else.
I sometimes feel in this whole venture back world of growth. No, I think sometimes building out things of real value, I'm not sure growth is as important as you think it is. Yeah, if we don't have a moral compass, who are we really then? Then we are slaves to growth and business.
I think post money people look for respect, and post respect people look for relevance. The problem with most people who are very rich, after they get respect also by building these large institutions, it's continuing to be relevant to the world. Hey everyone, welcome to episode 60 of the Asymmetric Podcast. We have the OGs, including our executive producer Ashish, who's going to join us for this last episode of 2025 as a calendar year, and maybe the last episode for some time to come. Light episode, we are discussing a few things that we thought could be great year-end reflections, but I'm sure a lot of you would have questions as to why take a pause. Broadly, it's just been an intense 1 year, and part of our yearly reflections, we're looking at calendars and where we spend time, and all of us realizing that this exercise is taking a lot more time from us than what we had imagined. We will reflect more and then figure out a way to make this alive again. But please drop in your comments on ideas as to how we could continue to do this without it taking a lot more of our time as it usually does. Do enjoy the episode and hope to see you soon. Cheers. अरे आशीष कैमरा ऑन करना. आशीष को गुड न्यूज़ दिया कि नहीं तूने शांतनु?
मैंने यार गुड न्यूज़ कैसे यार?
IPO
नहीं यार. So yeah, it is ready to IPO.
Stay on cam today. I think it's like हाँ, the man behind the scenes. हमारा जो एक साल से ऐसे थोड़ी तुम छुप नहीं पाओगे आज.
You should be on camera today. No, actually today all holds unbarred आज.
भाई ये सब मत बोला करो, ठीक. So I met someone today who had come to office, one of my old founders, who I had back through K-Start, and he's like, यार क्या मजा आता है हर हफ्ते सुनने. I'm like, भाई it's like too intense. ये it's like आप रिकॉर्ड नहीं करके करते हो. I said हाँ रिकॉर्ड करते हैं, बट 2 दिन पहले करते हैं. ये अच्छा ये तो लाइव हो गया फिर. मतलब हाँ और कैसे करेंगे? उसने नहीं, मुझे लगा आप 8-10 वीडियोस रिकॉर्ड करते हो फिर अगले 8 हफ्ते आप रिलीज करते हो. Isn't that how everybody else does it? I said yeah, but those are like prepared podcasts, scripted, setup and stuff like that. Here is just we get on a Zoom call and talk, right? So it's super intense.
Very recent. I'm surprised I did not realize how recent it was. Like on Friday we're talking about stuff that happened on Monday. Or last, like,
I don't think people equate that so. I don't know. नहीं भाई मतलब
इस हफ्ते ये हुआ उस हफ्ते वो हुआ.
I agree.
Maybe they don't listen to all of them.
Maybe they don't listen that intently as well. सब अपने तरफ पागल थोड़ी है, दिन भर लगे रहते हैं. अरे यार ये इनसाइट थी.
नहीं, actually I don't know whether how to frame this. So I'm bad at these conversations in general. आप ही बोलो, मेरे ऊपर डाल दिया आपने.
So
we are closing.
Yes, we are taking a pause. So मैं तो thumbnail तेल ले पहले already solved है इस बार का. Goodbye for now, छोटे में. So I don't know how long, but yeah, it's just been like me and Chirag were reflecting, right? Like it's like the last 6-7 weeks, so it's been like a mad dash, right? Like we're like changing calendars and changing meeting schedules just to sort of make this कि यार ये नहीं, ये 1.5 घंटा छूटना नहीं है करके types. And we were just reflecting कि यार are we following the same thing that we keep saying, right? कि algorithm को चाहिए हर हफ्ते तो see what do we love? We love to just jam and talk, which we always used to anyway, and we just said we'll make it public. But then we said यार अच्छा अगर इसको regularly करना है तो periodic करते हैं. Periodic मतलब YouTube wants same time, same part of the week. But it's almost like while we still enjoy doing this, it's almost like shouldn't feel like work ना कि यार हर Friday live जाना ही है 7 बजे तो how do you make it work? But the last 6-7 weeks, so it's been like that, and we are just struggling to make that common slot work. And unfortunately, like we are not billionaires like the all-in guys, right? कि भाई कुछ काम ही नहीं है करके. मतलब while they run companies and funds, मतलब they can always do that.
ये ऐसे घुमा के ले ली उनकी. Thankfully, I am not the one.
No, because a lot of people keep equating us to the all-in. It's a very wrong precedent because I mean, they don't have like 17 meetings on the calendar in the day कि भाई ये time निकालना ही निकालना है करके types. They figure out a way to maybe keep their calendar empty. So
Yeah.
I know Shantanu is getting there soon, but at least we are तो very far. तो
How was Dubai, guys?
मतलब यार temperature climate तो बहुत ही बढ़िया था यार.
Yeah, I'm sorry to miss out on that, yeah.
How was your? तुमने तो
Completely
वहाँ
मालूम
जाके रील बना दी कि Colgate was so nice. उन्होंने मुझे एक विला दिया और एक
हम वही बैठ के देख रहे थे वहाँ.
हाँ हम दुबई में बैठ के तेरा बाली का विला देख रहे थे.
बाली में को सामुई
कोसामुई
था.
का
क्या जगह थी यार. मेरे को वही लगा कि when I went there ना, मेरे को वही लगा दो चीजें. See, Mr. William Colgate is not alive anymore. The founder is dead for 150 years. The family also has exited the business for more than 80 years. It's all a bunch of professionals managing and holding that brand close like their life depends on it. I find that very impressive. Unlike McKinsey, for example, where you're a partner at McKinsey means honestly you take a share of the profits and you're an owner, so you can feel like you're a custodian of McKinsey. But why would someone at Colgate do it when the founder is long gone? क्या institution है ना कि एक एक चीज कि आदमी सोचता है, especially senior level पे आदमी सोचता है बस इस institution को protect करके रखना है. This is you have built this over a period of time and this and that. I found that very interesting.
Or let's say Colgate is like a very good tier 1 entry job from a school. People
Yeah.
look up to that. यार कि यहाँ चले जाएंगे, we'll get to learn a lot of brand building, although they might land up in some other function only to begin with.
Yeah.
But I think
Colgate should-
is that the power of, let's say, brand? Because most people, at least when they begin their career, won't know the profits, etc., etc. What do they make? But I think it's a household brand. Everyone uses it. You can actually, it's a matter of pride to, tell everyone that I'm at Colgate or a similar type of a company.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it is amazing. Again, the curse of success, जो बोलते हैं ना, it's amazing to see how successful they are. Like the most penetrated brand, 4 billion daily active users. And frankly, oral care में, whether any geography, any price point, any oral hygiene and taste differences are massive from country to country and nationality to nationality and so on. But they've been able to do it well. They've been able to do it very well. But when you talk to like country CEOs there, no, they're like, boss, to get Colgate to agree to doing something is so difficult because if I want to start a new brand, if I want to launch a new product, if I want to start anything, it means I have to take that investment away from my core. And every CFO in Colgate is wired, boss, if you have to take something away from the core, it has to be a really, really, really powerful thing. Like what a beautiful place to be, where you have this core, which is like your golden goose. And you're like, I can't.
I think they've wired the company for that. Making that category or having that insight that it can be such a large category across geographies, across cultures, across whatever is your shade of enamel.
Yeah.
But has
And
it hurt
custodian
them?
mindset.
Has it hurt them over the last 50 years in terms of, let's say, sticking to the core, but then their market has evolved and they were the only predominant, like more than 60% market share everywhere?
Huh?
I think in China
Even today,
also it is.
in China, they're struggling. I think as far as they're 80-90% in Latin America. They used to be 80% in India. Now they're at, I think, 45%. Sensodyne is doing really well. Dabur has done well. Patanjali has done well. Right? That it's okay. I mean, like market share erosion is fine. I think what ends up happening now is that see, when you're publicly listed and on the street, people want to know what's the next big thing, where is growth coming from. And frankly, if you look at Colgate, more people are not brushing their teeth. People aren't using more toothpaste per brush. People aren't premium. You're not going to go and buy a 500 rupee toothpaste tomorrow, right? And you're not selling. You're unable to, because you're so successful. You're unable to create categories outside of oral care. So your levers of growth all 4 levers of growth are not there, right? So you have to work really hard. So I think when Prabha had come in, stretch premiumization, skincare, we'll have to do a lot of this stuff. I think it's a journey. It's a journey for them. She's come from HUL, so clearly there is that Mukul, Prabha, all of them are all HUL folks, right? So
Still a
they'll have a
64
multi-category
billion company globally
in valuation.
in valuation.
Yeah.
Like
pretty big.
Unilever Global is about 110, 120 billion, I think.
Yeah. In revenue, you need to look bigger in valuation.
Uh,
I think Colgate is probably 25 billion in revenue, of which interestingly 5 billion is pet foods. Huh? They have a brand called Hills. 4-5 billion comes from pet foods.
maybe they have diversified. India छोड़ के they have already diversified globally in other places. India में
Not a lot. So
diversification.
Hills is
Not a lot, actually, not a lot.
Hills is I think oral care is still 70-80% of that business.
अच्छा.
I
Mm,
would give it to a lot of credit to the guy who actually got the Hills deal through. Well, otherwise,
agree.
they have been very, very cautious about doing anything. Because
Earlier,
I'm sure अगर pets होगा तो they would have seen these kind of opportunities in other countries also.
Yeah.
hmm,
But nothing has happened as such. Because usually, typically, that's what companies would do once they start generating this kind of cash.
hmm,
Usually, you would have a ventures arm who would go out and keep buying some of these companies.
They're a very dividend friendly company also. No? They love giving back. Like, they're very interesting. Huh? Like, for example, Colgate Pakistan is basically a 70-30 partnership with like the largest detergent manufacturer of Pakistan. And that partnership is going on for years. So these guys basically take out 30% of the profits and give it back as dividend to Colgate New York. And then they distribute on the balance sheet in some shape or form. They have a 50-year-old partnership with the largest oral care maker in China called Darlie. Ollie and Hazel करके है. Largest brand है. They compete with Colgate. So these guys own 50%. उधर का आधा profit count back. तो आप सोचो $2.5 billion, $2.5 billion का company है. 500 million का profit है. $250 million goes back as profit to Colgate New York. And then they
Wow.
can kind of distribute to shareholders. They're insanely intelligent at this stuff, at answering the street. Their CEOs, the CFO is the most powerful guy after the CEO in the company. It's not marketing, it's not supply chain, it's not R&D,
maybe
it's the
that's why
CFO.
you have
The
your
CFO.
answer now, na? That's समझ गया ना अब क्यों why are there no acquisitions and market expansion and ये versus और पैसे कैसे निकालेंगे और dividend कैसे देंगे. Uh, Interesting.
Protect the core.
Everybody has their own cultural choice.
See, वो custodian mindset है उनमें. They're custodians. They're all
Hmm.
custodians. It's a very beautiful mindset, by the way. They're a custodian of capital, custodian of brand, custodian of people. So it's a very, by compare it to HUL or Reckitt or some of the other guys, they are very aggressive. They are, they will, Colgate is like, boss, सबको लेके चलेंगे, सबको साथ लेके चलेंगे, सबको, it's a very people friendly, it's a very custodian mindset. So
Mm,
it's to be
interesting.
learned. Like, it's amazing how companies over decades and centuries and, different
Do you?
stewards of the ship are.
I think I mean I was telling somebody I don't know very recently कि Shantanu sees the words you use now it's a very generous, like you by design use very generous words for everything. Like for example, what was coming to my mind is wealth conservation is a thought process and wealth creation is a thought process,
Mm.
right? It's almost like this company operates on the wealth conservation thought process
Yeah.
versus the wealth creation. When you say aggressive, in the end, there is a wealth. See, markets by design, I was saying Unilever is about 140 billion.
In market cap.
Yeah, markets also by design want wealth creation ना क्योंकि why is a public market investor investing in you कि भाई बस तू कितना wealth create करेगा मेरे लिए भी मैं invest करूंगा तो करके right in your stock, how much will the stock go up by, do I see the wealth creation mindset, and if you see the like, I don't know if you guys saw Meesho is up 2x from the IPO price, it's crazy right, 12 billion का company हो गया है. And
Yeah.
somebody was asking me कि यार ये कुछ भी चल रहा है, I'm like यार markets are very clear, they and there is actually a chart, maybe you can put it up Ashish later, the last 5-year CAGR of all our Nifty 50 stocks is between -10% to +6%. Like आपको 12% रिटर्न चाहिए तो अब वो लार्ज कैप में अवेलेबल ही नहीं है. Like most of them are struggling to expand TAM or create wealth for. I mean, of course, they have done a fabulous job of creating wealth over the last 20-30 years. But if you want to continue with that mindset, then you need to start taking risks. And over time, वो risk aversion and wealth conservation mindset इतना seep in हो जाता है कि it's very hard for the wealth creation mindset folks to stay in the org. Most of the people then leave that org and either start out on their own or join other orgs where they believe that with this wealth creation mindset can exist.
On one side is Colgate. On other side, you have Reckitt, which is also today mostly professional. But
Yeah.
they take risks like at a very different level only. Like their decision making is quick. Even today, let's say, look at Marico. I know it's only the second generation which is into it, mostly run by professionals now. But they are doing all these acquisitions. I'm sure you would have read Cosmics also, which we should discuss.
Got me the word. Yeah.
They've done bunch of, Plakes, Beardo, many such to, continue to be on that growth and not miss the digital, creation of brands. So, where is this farak which happened? How old is Reckitt, Shantanu?
Founded 1814.
No.
It was J&J Coleman, then Benckiser, then Reckitt and Sons, then merger of Reckitt and Sons and J&J Coleman.
Wow.
Then 26 years ago, merger of Reckitt, Coleman and Benckiser is 99. So the current, what you see today, which is Reckitt, is a 26-year-old organization, but founded in 1814.
Wow. And do you agree, Shantanu? I think you have seen them much closer. That their
Yeah.
risk-taking capability in terms of these decision makings, opening new categories, creation of new brands, etc., is much faster.
See, I think it's risk taking is one axis of it. I think there also every organization is a function of the incentives you create inside the system. Their incentives are clearly around revenue growth, profitability growth, and working capital management. जो आदि ने भी आपने को बोला था in one of the asymmetric episodes, right? So if you have those kind of incentives for the whole org, you're going to have people go after growth and do new stuff. That's what you reward. That's what people will do in the organization. I also
Against
feel like,
that,
for
what
example,
would that be for a Colgate? Is it only dividend payout?
no, it's not at a Wall Street level. See, I think yield on the share is a big part for Colgate. I think paying out yield on the share is a big part. I think again it's custodian stuff, right? So how well you have what kind of how have you fed the equity of the brand is a big part of like boss. The way these guys look at market share is insane. By the way, it's not like Colgate is not aggressive. Huh? It's not like Colgate is not aggressive. So someone was telling me that every 12th, like till a few years back, every 12th of the month, Nielsen का report आता था on market share. And that report would hit the CMO of Colgate's desk. And boss, if the market share goes down by 0.1, 0.2%, there is ruckus in the organization.
बट इसमें आई सी अ फ्लॉ ना, अभी तूने बोला कि सीईओ के बाद सीएफओ सबसे पावरफुल है, तो नीलसन का डेटा सीएमओ के पास आएगा, सीएफओ बोलेगा नहीं नहीं पैसा, तो फिर कैसे करेंगे फिर?
No, no. I think CFO and CMO will align when it comes to like if the core is getting hot. See,
Core
CFO
पे
also knows.
disruption नहीं होना चाहिए.
Core is your golden goose ना. CFO को भी पता ही है. ये golden goose है मेरा.
लेकिन सेकंड गूस नहीं बनाया इन्होंने, बेसिकली सेकंड
हाँ
ग्रोथ
मतलब
वेक्टर नहीं बनाया, ये वेक्टर को संभालते रहो संभाल के रखो संभाल के रखो,
वही है
व्हिच
ना
इज
यार.
स्टिल आई
आदि मेरे
थिंक
को
कंजर्वेशन माइंडसेट ओनली ब्रॉडली इन माय व्यू.
अब एक बात बताओ. एक बात बताओ मेरे को. Let's say you have a house which is 10 crores. You live in Bombay, so let's make the numbers big. Okay. So house is 10 crores. 2% yield on that is 2% yield on that is 25 lakhs, right? 20 lakhs. So you're getting 1.5 lakhs a month on that house. And the house is appreciating by whatever 8% year on year. Right? तो आपका घर 5 साल में 10 का 15 करोड़ हो जाएगा. आपको महीने साल का कुछ 20 लाख मिलता है. As opposed to that house is 10 crores. They're able to create a yield of 1.5 crores. 10, but the house does not appreciate at all. The house is so good. You have put all sorts of really amazing infra inside the house. The air conditioners are great. The kitchen equipment is great. The floors are great. Everything is world class. And you're able to command 10 lakhs per month of rent. As an owner of these two apartments, I'm not sure many people would prefer the first over the second. And I think that's the idea, right? If it's, I sometimes feel in this whole venture back world of growth. No, I think sometimes I think while it might work for shareholders, I think in the either when it comes to longevity or when it comes to even just pure uh, building out things of real value, I'm not sure growth is as important as we think it is.
I don't disagree. Growth is a metric that people use as a proxy, in fact. And what you're saying is there are other proxies as well, and companies can choose which vector to prioritize as a better proxy for value, right? Market
No.
share, market cap, growth are all different vectors. You're just saying that this organization has chosen to prioritize on another vector. And I actually love the example. I think anybody who listens to this will say, I would want to live in the second house. And I would also want to own that second house and keep it
Yeah.
that way. Because also it's a matter of pride in some way, right? कि यार लोग
Yeah.
एक प्रीमियम दे रहे हैं इस घर में रहने के लिए करके, right? अच्छा लगता है. In the end, it's also what makes you feel good. So I think the problem is people become defensive or they feel bad when you say wealth. यार wealth conserve वही करता है ना जिसके पास बहुत wealth है.
हाँ.
Actually, in the end, it's just maybe I mean, I don't envy them, but I think broadly there is clarity कि भाई इसको अब wealth creation, like some family office that is worth 10,000 crores that has family office and is saying that 90% is in bonds, risk-free AAA bonds at 9% is in a wealth conservation. क्या दिक्कत है यार, enjoy कर रहे हैं life. अब वो 2% डाल रहे हैं अगर यहाँ वहाँ रिस्क में तो ठीक है, बाकी तो वेल्थ कंजर्वेशन में कोई भी दिक्कत नहीं है ना, बना लिए ना पैसे. नाउ एंजॉय दैट मनी. आई एम जस्ट सेइंग it's just a state. Nobody's
Yeah.
judging that state or it's just fact. I mean, unfortunately,
Yeah,
this
but
is the other
but
reality
yeah.
of Revant, which is everybody feels because I'm expressive. People feel that there is a agenda to it. No, it's just fact that there is wealth conservation and there is wealth creation.
I agree. I also feel, but it is a privilege to create a crown jewel of a brand which has got 4 billion
I
penetration.
don't disagree at all. I agree.
I think it's like for me, when I go there, I'm like, yeah, like 4 billion का penetration create करना is like क्या मेरे को 200 साल भी दे दो ना, I wouldn't know how and where to start. You know, like it's crazy. It's if you think about it, and a lot of this might be luck and kind of countries and licenses and regulations and so a lot of stuff which kind of plays out. But that's a great legacy to have.
Yeah.
It's a great legacy to have. How was Dubai for you guys? What was the big 2-3 takeaways?
Different
I
takeaways,
think
I think. Chirag had a
we
different
gave
takeaway than me.
क्या था आपका event and then you guys spent 2-3 days on your own, is it?
Before.
was first 2-3 days we of course missed you, and then
अरे यार.
as always as a year-end ritual, Revan wants to know what should I change next year. So we gave him a lot of targets, including getting all of us rich. That's the goal, which was
रेवंत का 65 66 चल रहा है अभी कुछ तो.
Boss, I was always
Oh,
67, 68. The fact that I've come down to 65 is a big thing, but I have to bring it below 60 now. Like that's the 2026 goal for me.
तो वो रात वही तो मजाक चल रहा था वहां पे, रात को भी रेवंत किसी ना किसी को नींद में भी काम दे देता है.
RH4 में आर चाहिए ना, पहला वाला आर. HR ही मजा हो रहा है आदमी का. रेवंत में RH4 is not resting heart rate, it is Revanth heart rate, because Revanth does not rest.
And bro is killing it there while we are sleeping. He's doing 15-kilometer marathon there in Dubai.
अबे यार
Next
कैसे हो
level.
यार आरबी, कैसे हो यार.
भाई फटी हुई है. पहला first ever 21 I have to run in like 1 month. And I had not run more than 12 till date. So the weather was good. And luckily they were all waking up late. So it was such beautiful weather. I found company. To be honest, I didn't think I would be able to run for 2 hours. But I got out of the hotel and I met Dipanjan, who's a senior HR professional with Peak. He had just run 100 kilometers in one race like 2 weeks back. So he was just on a stroll jog as a morning jog. And I said, can we do it together? He said, chal. And because he had run 100, I knew that wo to aaram se kar lenge. I said, aap theek ho na. So then, like, I'm okay. Like he had thought he'll run half an hour. He ended up running 2. But for him, it was like still a stroll in the park, right? Whereas I was like, ki chalo koi company mil gayi karke. And what I realized is if I have interesting company to talk to, then I don't focus on the pain and the breath and everything. It's just तुम बातें करते रहो तो निकल जाता है time.
बातें करते में doesn't your breathing go for a toss for talking while running? Like, I find it very painful.
It does. That's when that you would
और
say कि you're panting now. अभी तू मैं बात करता हूँ तू सुन ले करके. So then.
हाँ तो क्या क्या insights थे other than giving RB targets on resting heart rate and so on?
Yeah, at least I think CT's takeaway was different. Growth solves for everything. That was
अच्छा.
his takeaway. I still think there is a lot of nuance to that. Yeah, because if you talk to people who have made it now, they will in hindsight tell you कि growth solves everything, which it does broadly. But I think there is always a वो winners bias होता है ना कि जो जंग जीतते हैं वो story वही लिखते हैं करके. And if you reflect back, तुम्हें लगता है कि यार growth ने सब कुछ solve कर दिया है करके. But I think there is more nuance to that. I don't think people remember the painful thing. It's like, I keep telling my family this, that if you reflect back 10 years back now, you'll only remember the good memories. You forget all the bad memories. So
yeah, human mind is like that, no? Human mind like blanks out.
मुझे लगता है if you talk to people who have made $1 billion, $2 billion, $5 billion business, वो तो यही बोलेगा यार growth कर ले सब solve हो जाएगा. But I don't know if it can be taken at just face value and just say कि यार ये कर लो.
No, I think for at least what we were debating is that, let's say if any of us has a chance of a very high growth versus, let's say, if you were to optimize some amount of costs, if there is a trade-off, then I think the answer was coming out to be कि यार पहले growth कर लो.
Yeah.
And let's say you'll have enough time because CACs in every world continue to go up. Let's say any 100 crores in any business, what you get today or in next 1 year will be difficult in the second year.
Yeah.
So that was being discussed, and then everyone right from Ankush who had done a different business and has reached a different scale. Everyone's answer was similar, that market seems to be growing and one should optimize more for growth. While also, of course, there has to be guardrails in terms of margins, in terms of EBITDA. But as long as you are range bound in there, optimize for growth if you can feel that there can be more growth. I think we had a healthy discussion around that. While every company, every at least venture company which has scaled has to think about IPO at some point of time.
Yeah.
how should or it looked like that's a moment of celebration for founders, VCs, ecosystem. But should everyone, depending on the stage of the company, size of the company, should everyone be thinking कि यार 2 साल में IPO कर लेते हैं, 3 साल में IPO कर लेते हैं? Or should people be thinking longer? कि नहीं? And it, I think, is a business specific answer. That some business, I
Yeah.
think, are good staying private for as long as possible, and then thinking about IPO. Whereas, at least for me, it was very clear that if you're a consumer product, I think there is a large benefit which you get by going IPO. The acceptability of the brand, overall
100%.
brand salience increases, right? For a
Oh, for
player
sure.
like a B2B player, it doesn't. At least that benefit is not there.
Yeah, for sure. A lot of again, like Revan was saying the right thing. Context is so like if I talk to the Advent guys, they're like, boss, stay private. Just stay private. Going public is just so much pain. Find buyers for people who want to exit. Let the company create. Those put effort there. Taking the company public is just like so painful and this and that.
How much of
There are some people.
these advice, Shantanu, do you think is business? Like, for example, if a mutual fund CIO tells me stay private, then I know his incentive is nothing is an incentive to tell me that. His
Yeah.
incentive is to tell me go public so that he's able to buy that stock in public. But when a PE tells me stay private, I'm always wondering ki how much of it is his incentive versus the real. And I'm
No, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what the issue is. It's not that. I think people tell you by projecting their life goals onto you.
yes.
So, for example, for PEs are typically very money-minded. Like they're about wealth, right? And wealth creation for self and so on and all that. So, for a lot of them, I think staying private is a great way for promoters to create a lot more wealth, as opposed to making it vulnerable to the public to decide the price on the off chance that some quarters go bad and you become vulnerable. Your wealth becomes vulnerable. Everything you've created becomes vulnerable to public sentiment and let's say a Maggie type moment happens to your brand. Like someone uses a trimmer and dies, for example, because of electric shock. Your entire business can if you're private, that doesn't happen. Like if you're private, there is a chance that. So I think it comes more from that. Again, you're right. I believe people will be well intentioned and will give you the best advice, but it comes from their worldview of what they think is best for you from their standpoint.
Two things. One is that. The other is I think people also flow with trends. Like with all the IPOs happening right now and all the crazy amount of wealth being generated by founders, employees, as well as their private shareholders. And by the way, public market is also very happy because now they have new assets to buy into, right?
Absolutely.
Small cap,
They diversify, no?
mid cap, and there is 20,000 crore of new SIPs also coming in every month, right? Where will you put it? If your 5-year CAGR of your large cap stocks is range bound to sub 10%, how do you generate returns? You need more companies to come into the public domain. So it's all, I somehow feel that, and of course, the retail investors also happy. They're also like, acha, there is something new to the content creators also happy. कि अच्छा यार, I will shit on this company तो मेरे लिए बहुत content चल जाएगा या ये मैं, like if you see the entire industry.
IPO is like great for everyone.
Correct. So it's almost like it's becoming like a bubble where कि भाई सबको list ही करना है करके.
Yeah.
Think about it, right? Content is also happy. Influencers are happy. Private capital is happy because they will get exits. Liquidity has been a concern for a long time. Public market investors happy. Retail investors are happy. Fundamentally, the question is still key. Now, you're right. Would Swiggy have been able to raise $1 billion more needed to fight the quick commerce battle if they were public? I don't know. Would Zepto be able to raise 500 million more at will to fight the quick commerce battle? I don't know. Right? And therefore, I think companies that need and continue to need capital to grow or fight, I think it makes sense for them because after a while you will start tapping out of the number of people who can keep cutting 100, 200, $300 million checks. See, OpenAI will have to list at some point of time. Because हो गया यार, मासा ने भी डाल दिए पैसे, मतलब 25-30 billion अब भाई, मतलब where will you keep getting these capital pools, right? So at some point of time you will have to list. I don't know, maybe US is a different market, but if you don't need the capital, now that you are profitable, and if you have to give exit to your investors, which you can, right? Today you could get a PE and tomorrow a sovereign could buy out the PE. You may have 15, 20 years before you decide to list.
Yeah.
Right? So I don't think that view is getting, there's any nuanced view today for a company as to what is the right thing for the company to do well for a 15-year period. I think because the
Yeah.
incentives are so aligned by everybody in the ecosystem ki list karo, that is the only advice that comes in. But if you're
Also, this FOMO, na? There's also FOMO, na? Like if you don't listen, the opportunity goes away. Then you've let like this insane liquidity window just pass you by when you could have.
Yeah, I
वो
don't
तो है
think
ही यार, वो
public
तो
market cycles तो आते रहेंगे ना. मतलब you're right, the window could open up maybe 5 years later, but I don't think it's like that. And right now the window is crazy. It's not that you can list tomorrow, na Shantanu. Even if you want to decide to list,
Yeah.
it will take you 2 years or 3 years from here to list. तब window क्या होगा किसको पता है? तो वो तो honestly no one knows. So
Yeah.
I
Look at
think
Mars, yeah. Some of the most successful companies in the world are private and very beautiful. Like Cargill, huge 100 members plus in the family. Each owns like 0.5%, 0.2%, fully private. 87% owned by the family or something crazy. $180 billion in revenue. Like the numbers are fascinating. Huh?
actually
Fascinating. Mars is
I thought what SpaceX was doing was very interesting, right? That
Hmm.
60% cap table is actually owned by financial investors.
Hmm.
And they said we are making so much profit that we will keep giving you exit. आपको पैसा चाहिए, हम profit से buyback कर लेंगे.
Yeah.
ESOP खरीदना है, हम buyback कर लेंगे. So they gave liquidity to employees, they gave liquidity to early shareholders, and they said बेचना है बेचो. And people entered at 5 billion, 10 billion valuation have been bought out at 80 billion, 100 billion, 200 billion, अभी 800 billion पे buyback किया उन्होंने. Like imagine the confidence to do a buyback at $800 billion valuation. Right? So if it's a question of liquidity, a good asset can generate that. So I'm surprised I don't know why they want to list considering they have such heavy good cash flow. Maybe they want to raise tomorrow or maybe there is some other need. But you could perennially stay private. There is no reason to go
Oh,
public.
yeah.
No?
Oh, absolutely. If you're generating that kind of cash, then absolutely.
So I think there are businesses that will continue to generate cash that may never need capital again. In the end, capital markets were by design to give that comfort. If you need capital, the capital markets were known as the cheapest place to raise capital. Cost of equity was by design, and I think it still is, the lowest in listed capital markets.
maybe that's why they want like pure compounding heavy modes to be there, very
Correct.
less risk, because and by that nature has to be the lowest area to raise equity.
Correct.
Otherwise, people, at least in private markets, are taking far more risks, especially at the venture stage, not at the later stage.
Yeah. Well, that's why I sort of worry on, the Swiggy QIP is done, but if in 1 year the numbers don't change spectacularly, the public market guys will be very brutal on this because see, in the end, for a 2 lakh crore or 3 lakh crore book that HDFC has, right? To some point of time bite the bullet and say that our 600 crore investment in Swiggy, we have taken a haircut and sold at 500 crores and move on in life is still a good call to take versus just keep sitting in the asset. So I think we have still not seen cycles, right? We've seen cycles where unfortunately a Baiju has gone up to 20 billion and then imploded, and the private markets have seen the ripple effects of these kind of things. Unfortunately, we have not seen massive companies go public and then get to a situation. And by the way, this has happened a lot in old promoter businesses. There are so many small cap, micro cap companies that run up and retail investors loot shitload of money and the promoters, like that was a different era. I'm not saying there's anybody intentionally defrauding, but these are still risky businesses that could materially go down in value. At which point of time, suddenly, my bigger worry is in 3 to 4 years, if 1 or 2 such cases happen, then the valuation haircuts will be even more extreme if you want to go public.
100%.
So
100%.
you will see this here because at least in some of the IPOs now, what we are seeing is that सबने रुमाल रख दिया. And people are investing 30, 50 crores. So nobody is a conviction backer. And then as soon as, let's say, a quarter doesn't do well or there is a macro, then all fund managers are thinking, okay, what do I do? Do I sell here or do I double down?
Yeah.
And if the conviction is not there, then the stock tanks. I think what
I
second
will
order
also-
effect, what Revan is also saying is yet to play out.
I also
Wherein-
feel India is a country where the public markets are youngish, right? And we have a macro event far more frequently than we imagine. And we are, like, think about it from like when we were in the workforce, right? There's a recession, then there was, demonetization, then COVID, Then now like this year full of wars and this craziness. So there's a macro event every 4 years. And then hence we don't like that just moves things completely. So this pendulum swings left to right, the over liquidity and super crunch, and then that pendulum moves in a different axis the moment a macro event happens. So किसी को like frankly no one really knows. So you should I think what Revant was saying is absolutely true. You should do what's best for your business at that point in time.
Yeah, my only like
For your
my
shareholders
takeaway
and people.
was people are not thinking hard enough what is best for the business. There is too much thinking on listing/IPO is the only thing that matters in the life of a startup, which I think is not a very. It may be, but I don't think it's a nuanced enough view. I don't think enough data is available for us to make that conclusion yet.
I think you put it rightly.
That's-
It's important event. It's not the only event. Emphasis on only and important.
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure. People say this a lot, right? It's a milestone, not a destination. So, and that's also, I think, like I was seeing Scott Galloway. I've started following this guy a lot. I just love his pod with Kara Swisher. I think he was talking about.
I can't
Mate.
believe you. They're such extreme, if I can call it, left views.
Really? Scott Galloway is left? No, Kara Swisher does.
Yeah.
Scott Galloway doesn't have a left.
I agree. He did not, but with like Kara is so heavy on the left, and like I just find it a little too worrisome that
She's a classic. She's a classic media person. Like she's a classic. Like she'll hate the big CEO, and you need that kind of. You need that person in the world. You need that tribe to keep people honest. If you see what's happening in the US, like his point was amazing. He was like, boss, you look at all these guys from Elon to Jeff to Sundar to Satya to Jensen Wang to Zuckerberg. These are all hundreds of billions of dollars, right? And they're getting on a knee and doing hotel deals and basically being in the good books of someone they clearly dislike, who's the president, because that's the only way they can maximize shareholder value. They feel like if they don't do this, they will lose shareholder value because otherwise they're all well, क्या बोलते हैं इसको?
They don't
They're
need to do
morally
it.
well compassed to.
Yeah.
You don't need to. If you're worth $150 billion, you don't need to do that. But you're still doing it, which means that there is such skewed incentives to maximize shareholder value that it starts becoming, you're not standing for something you believe in despite being $200 billion rich. How unfortunate is that you're $200 billion rich and you still can't stand your ground for something you believe in? Can you imagine being in that situation?
I don't think that's a very right view, Shantanu. I would argue that, yeah, let's say the purpose, because you used Elon, let's say his purpose is that, yeah, we should reach Mars. He's saying that it's a means to an end. मेरे 20 साल के जर्नी में अगर एक ट्रम्प आएगा तो I have to leverage him ना मतलब, and if this is the way I leverage him, this is the way I leverage him. Doesn't matter what my net worth is, na. Yeah, you have to play by the rules, na. Like he can't break the rules.
No, that's not. No, the point is, no, it's not about breaking the rules. It's like, okay, so let's make the example a little extreme. If Volkswagen was to build driverless cars in the 60s and 70s, and shaking hands with Hitler at that time seemed to be the means to that end, would you condone that decision, knowing what Hitler was?
Yes.
So that's where I differ with you. I think the means sometimes don't justify the end.
But
Oh, sorry, the end doesn't justify the means.
To what Revant was also saying, कि एक business mission है, right? And then there is let's say, my personal view about how the world should be. That's my personal opinion. I know, one can say that founder of the company.
Founder of a
And
company,
then-
like if we don't have a moral compass, who are we really then? Then we are slaves to growth in business. Then what are we really building? Business is one of many things of our legacy.
This is a second order effect of capitalism, Shantanu. If you inherently believe in
it's not
capitalism, then capitalism says shareholder value is the only thing to solve for. There is
No,
no
I
other
don't-
way to.
But
I know there is something called
but there is
conscious
a-
capitalism, but
There is a Tata way of doing things, and then there is an Ambani way of doing things. And
I actually think you made the right point because my example was on the purpose of because your example was the guy is worth $500 billion. Why is he doing this? Because he has a purpose that he wants to fulfill and money cannot solve that problem. But I agree with you on the company shareholder value should have morals and ye, but I don't think there are any morals being broken by, in fact, to give you a counter example, where at least most billionaires were on the wrong side, was Elon buying X and then saying that, boss, Google, X, and all of these billionaires and these large platforms were aligning with the government, because if the government said that you need to stem free speech, they would stem free speech because they had to keep the government happy, right?
Happy.
But Elon said, no, boss, this is not like free speech is free speech, because constitutionally, you can't restrict free speech in the US, right? So I actually
So
feel
Elon
that
doesn't belong to that. Elon is a little bit of Elon. Actually, I wouldn't put in that bracket of people who is kind of bootlicking the president. I think he's his
the
own
rest, I would
man in that way.
agree, in some ways or form, are driving shareholder value, and shareholder value making them change their or do something which is immoral or unethical is a very thin line that. But I don't think that's anything to do with the fact that they want to be richer. I just think it's expectation.
Yeah, it is that there is now a very clear trade-off you are making. And at that level of autonomy, wealth, legacy, etc., do you want to make that trade-off? Now it's now becoming very real trade-offs. Earlier it would be like, okay, that's a small thing. Like maybe
But
there's
Mekul
just
Agra, I
cost
think
of capital.
I think the bigger problem is Scott assuming that people do things for money. So that, see, money comes at 1 billion net worth also, you have enough in life, which is FU money, right? I think post money, people look for respect, and post respect, people look for relevance. The problem with most people who are very rich, after they get respect also by building these large institutions, it's continuing to be relevant to the world. These guys are all like, what, 40? Like, you have to be relevant for the next 30 years. No, करेंगे क्या? थोड़ी क्या करेंगे? $150 billion का Larry and Sergey. They have to continue to, like, Sergey came back and really galvanized Google to compete with ChatGPT now, right? Like, you you need to be relevant, right? 20 years later also. Today now it's, by the way, everything is a battle for them of just relevance 30 years later. It's beyond shareholder value. And the only reason he came off vacation was because there was a real threat to the relevance of Google 5 years later. So in some ways or form now, again, go back to creation and conservation. Managing some of these changes, it's also conservation, right? You don't want to, because ultimately governments are much more powerful than institutions. I don't know if you know, but Alphabet was about to be broken up. Chrome was going to be separated from Android and the ads business. And in some ways, when ChatGPT came in, everyone realized that actually Google they don't have that much dominance. Somebody can come in and disrupt their business, right? In some ways because, courts and governments were deciding that nahi kar sakte tum. Yeah, Figma was bought for 20 billion and the competition authority said tum nahi kharid sakte. So, boss, governments can really change the course, and capitalism, unfortunately, the reality is there is always this risk of a government just saying, what has happened in China? I don't know if you guys saw this chart. It's a crazy chart. The China stock market returns for the last 15 years is 0%. मेरा देख के दंग रह गया यार. I'm like, we keep talking China, economy growth.
Dividend कितना दिया उन्होंने?
I don't think it's dividend led. It's effectively
dividend का profit खाना पड़ेगा.
What the government has done is effectively capped the profit that you can make. Because governments are much more powerful. Chinese markets have had 17 years of zero capital appreciation. During the same period, China GDP grew by over 300%. This proves the most important rule in investing. Economy is not the stock market. This is like we all keep saying, right? Indian economy is going to go boom, etc., etc. Let's see what happened and what it signals for us in India, right? Investors assume that if a country gets rich, stock market must go up. China proves this is false. China focused on growth at any cost. Companies took their profits and reinvested into massive factories and infrastructure and earned basically ROIC and return on equity was very low. Indian companies have high ROE, which is why the stock market is a little like always overvalued. China ROEs are very low. The capital you put in is not giving you enough return on equity. And therefore, by pure formula of DCF, you're not getting enough cash flows for the equity that you're investing. And most state-owned companies have very low ROE, but even in sectors like technology and education, right, there was a regulatory crackdown on very profitable sectors and wiped out trillions in value because ROE was just too low. And markets don't like uncertainty. So, because global investors have been burned by China for 17 years, they are now skeptical of cheap valuations. That's why India is at rate. And everyone keeps asking, right, कि यार सब पैसा US में क्यों जाता है? Most money still throngs to the US because they like the fact that capitalism trumps everything else. So maybe it's a fair point by Scott, but yeah, there's like trillions of dollars invested in the US and it works only because they are like, bhai, even the government is pro-capitalism. Or capitalism finds a way to work around the government and just make sure that, more money
Yeah,
will
yeah.
get paid. And the more, and maybe in some ways that's why people like India as well. Apart from the fact that, yeah, there is a lot of good demographic dividend on our side and there is growth and stuff. At least they see, as soon as they see government being pro growth slash pro open markets, let's call it open and closed markets, right? China in some ways is designed like a little closed market. They're like, yaar, yahan paisa banega karke. Now the question what you're inherently asking, Shantanu, is should money be the key driver for most people for growth? But
Yeah.
how do you grease the wheels of the economy too? Like there has to be some system, right?
Agree?
Unless you question capitalism itself.
No, not at all. But I do feel like there's a way to do it. I think you can't be khula sand capitalism. I think that's I
That's
also
what you're
feel like,
talking
for
about,
example,
conscious capitalism. That businesses should operate between an ethical
yeah,
consciousness, serving a higher purpose beyond profit or creating value for shareholders. It is built on
yeah.
4 tenets: higher purpose, stakeholder integration, conscious leadership, and conscious culture. Clearly not a McKinsey chart. 4 बोला है, 3 नहीं.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. I admire the Tatas for doing this the right way. They genuinely reap huge benefits from kind of ecosystem building. They build cities, यार. जमशेदपुर बना दिया उन्होंने.
I think it made sense till it was more driven by maybe the family.
You are right.
Maybe
Maybe
till
Yeah.
the
Ratan Tata was
effect
in
of
charge
family,
of.
yeah.
Yeah, because see, Air India was not a shareholder. It's not an acquisition that works for shareholders. It was an airline that didn't deserve to exist. It was too much in losses. It was an emotional purchase, right?
Mhm.
Getting into the airline industry is an emotional purchase. Trying to make it work still, it's not that Vistara, which is now Air India again, is like inherently making a lot of money, right? But I think it was all driven by maybe the family. Now I worry more, and maybe the last 10 years, I don't think the late Ratan Tata was as much driving those decisions. But I think most of those are now going to be hard. So it makes sense when you're a family-owned, family-controlled, a trust. See, in the end, there's a logic to it, right? There's
So
a
there
trust.
is what you are saying is जो तेरा ही चुरा लेता हूँ मैं. There is this founder mindset and there is this CEO mindset. CEO is maximizing for shareholder value.
Correct.
Founder है
Yeah.
emotional आदमी. वो
Correct.
कह रहा है यार ऐसे होना चाहिए, सही होना चाहिए दुनिया के लिए.
Correct.
अब फाउंडर साइड में हो गया, शेयर होल्डिंग भी कम हो गई है. CEO is saying boss. उस केस में by the way all the US examples you gave, founder is not out. Mark continues to run the company.
They all super majority
And is-
shares also, no? They control the company.
Maybe he's not consciously changing the hat.
US में
Yeah.
hard है यार, क्योंकि US में ना
It's a
it
very
is all a
capitalism driven
wealth.
society.
It's all a capitalism driven society. It's a positive sum game where they believe that हम जो भी करेंगे सोसाइटी आगे ही बढ़ेगी करके. And वो उनकी thought process है. I think maybe if you think about it, see, we all talk a lot about US because it's the largest economy and stuff, but it is in the end all immigrants with no very clear emotional connect to one thing. China and India are both older civilizations with very strong cultural connects, more purposeful
Life.
thoughts, more purposeful lives, very, very driven towards the community. Um, history defines a lot of how we feel about ourselves. So, वहाँ पर ये हो सकता है, and it has happened in some way or form. Very hard. I think Europe also has some of these companies, right? Because very old civilization in that sense. You will see a lot of European companies that are 500 years old that just operate the same way. Very purposeful. There's a lot of dogma around how Europe still takes a 4-week holiday in July and stuff like that. But ठीक है यार, वो बोल रहे हैं यार हमारा यही है. मतलब we don't really. I think US is the one that has really outshone in the last 25 years, and maybe that's the core reason, right? Now all the money that comes in into capitalism is also US origined. So they will keep pushing for this कि भाई और बड़ा करो ताकि money multiply होगा, because that's what keeps driving more and more. And only China has figured out a way to make itself independent from the money supply of the US and is now doing, let's say, a version of conscious capitalism, because the government is saying I'll cap the profit. You can't make 20% return on equity. 5-7% बनेगा, इसमें खुश रहो. You know, country is more, civilization is more important than profits per se. And they really
And
push.
more important, individual.
Yeah, the collective is more
More
important than the
important.
individual,
Yeah.
which is interesting in a very, like, at least our biggest episode till date, and I think will remain the biggest for a long time to come, where Adi covered that everybody gets surprised, but China is more capitalist than any other country. On that note, wrap up करें, Ashish. Any thoughts? Any final thoughts on us? What the
No,
last
what-
1 year has been? Generally पूछ रहा हूँ, मतलब आप you've been a silent
No.
observer for 60 episodes. Uh,
I come here to learn, to be very honest. I take notes and take snippets and send it to it. That's it. That's the only motivation. Like, there's that exact reason why I've not gotten any team member involved in this, right? I think
Yeah.
the
I
only
think one
client,
episode Mox did when you were unwell or something. That's it. That's only one that he was there. Otherwise, Ashish has been there every episode, wall to wall. Huh? Start to finish, ending the episode till launch. Launch ke baad analysis, back to next episode. Ashish just wanted to kind of incredible. I know that we are not a big account for Yoso. Yoso is now becoming very big, and has many clients, and you guys are getting into like a lot of podcasts and branding and all of that stuff. But I think for a founder to spend time week on week, while three of us are struggling to kind of think about time, I think the fact that you've done it, and with there are some episodes where you also prepared the content, made the documents, did the brand identity for asymmetric, gave feedback. It's been just amazing to see, to see your personal involvement and contributions.
मैं
Kind of,
यार मैं तो आज इनफैक्ट इन टुडेज एपिसोड ओनली आई वाज इन बिटवीन गेटिंग लॉस्ट एंड लॉस्ट विद द थॉट कि यार दिस इज माय वीकली मेडिटेशन एंड नाउ व्हाट विल आई डू यू नो right from I know this calendar scheduling is a mess these days, but I used to, like, in the same camp. I used to learn from same camp as Ashish. I used to learn a lot in terms of what is happening in the world. यार ये normal D2C e-commerce तो is like our day to day, right? वो तो चलता ही रहता है. But
exactly.
learning a lot more different things, aspects about it is
yeah.
definitely I'm going to miss.
Yeah.
And thank you, Ashish. It's not easy to handle us. So thank you for bearing us. And I said this on behalf of Revant also.
Yeah, I'm going to miss this, yeah.
but why are we are still going to do this separately, ना? मतलब boss जब time मिलेगा तो ऐसा थोड़ी हम बात नहीं कर रहे हैं करके. Like we'll not do
नहीं, ये
the.
थोड़ा ये metronomic हो गया था, ये पता है. There's
ये
I
क्या
don't know
word
whether
है?
you guys know.
इसका meaning क्या है?
It's metronome is used by musicians to
हाँ.
keep a beat, like lay. So metronomic means something that happens. So, by the way, one of the biggest stabilizers and creators of mental health and mental peace is routine. It's not novelty, it's routine. The fact that you wake up at a particular time, go to the gym, go to work, meet a certain set of colleagues, eat certain kind of comfort food, meet a certain set of people. That routine, day after day, actually drives. And this had become routine. When moment something becomes routine, then you can't live without it.
Yeah.
For example, if you have a lot of fun with someone at a party, right? If that is not routine, it is a one-off thing. But asymmetric had become routine for me. And that's why I'll miss it a lot more.
नहीं कर लेंगे फोन यार. याद है तुमको ट्यूसडे अपना होता था, मैं फोन कर दिया तो छातू बोला क्या हो गया. मैं यार आज रिकॉर्डिंग नहीं थी लेकिन बात करने का मन कर गया. So he's just so used to that, right?
नहीं यार, last to last week I think I had missed that Vinay's episode.
Yeah.
And I was missing that week यार की बात ही नहीं हुई. मतलब ऐसे लग रहा है अंदर माल भरा हुआ है, बना नहीं रहा बाहर.
But इसको क्या करना पड़ेगा अच्छे से. We'll have to do this more. Like this was a good forcing mechanism. Without this, will be a little tricky.
I think we can. I think if you just make it see, I'll tell you the problem, right? The problem is the fact that we don't want to be slaves to the algo कि यार Friday live जाना है तो Thursday, Wednesday to Tuesday ये like that's just so annoying, right? It's okay to miss a week, but then that अच्छा एक हफ्ता miss होगा तो फिर YouTube algo will penalize. ठीक है, screw it यार, क्यों करना है? But I think what we will end up doing is still catch up, set up a time, and we anyway. I mean, anybody who came on the pod was also a friend, right? You set up a call and say, "Yeah, we want to." I think that too will continue. It's just sad that obviously people will not be able to see it because we'll not make it live because there's no. Unless there is a massive demand on this saying नहीं जब भी आप बात करोगे 3 महीने में एक बार वो लाइव कर देना करिए ठीक है then we will think about it. Maybe we can do once a month. Like I just said, somebody who came in today and said that we thought you pre-recorded. I think नहीं भाई मतलब उसी हफ्ते 1 घंटा निकालते हैं बात करते हैं and then it goes live. So it's a lot of time commitment and a lot of calendar scheduling that is just running around.
One thing that we could flirt with RB is that given that it's not very much about recent affairs, it's not like it's not news which dies out after a couple of days. I don't think our episodes die out, right? I think we could actually have a monthly drop and get together for 2-3 hours once a month, and it could be a Saturday or something. And then Ashish and team also have like a longer period of time to release it. So then we're not against the wall. It doesn't become like burdensome and chori.
Can do. I think once a month if we have enough time, and anyway, whenever we record, it goes.
Yeah. Let's take a pause. I think let's come back after a couple of months. Let's reflect. कि क्या I have a feeling इसमें withdrawal तो होगा. मेरे को तो 100% होगा withdrawal.
Paka.
100% I'll
Matlab,
withdraw
don't
on
be
this.
surprised if Tuesday 4 p.m. like we do a con call and say, bro, क्या चल रहा है?
आ जाएंगे reverse side में. But I do think that people who are listening should give us ideas on like we love hanging out. If you find if you think that there is value in listening to this, then should we do it monthly? Should we do it fortnightly? Should we do it once in a while? Should we?
फोर्टनाइटली में तो ऑप्शन ही बनते दोस्त, वो फिर वही प्रेशर आ जाएगा. फिर मंथली में एटलीस्ट विल हैव इनफ टाइम वेयर एनी कन्वर्सेशन वी डू, आशीष हैज इनफ टाइम टू फिगर आउट व्हेन टू रिलीज ना.
Yeah.
फोर्टनाइटली विल अगेन बिकम टू मच प्रेशर यार फिर. Like I still remember one episode, me and Chirag were in Melbourne, और हम वो ये क्रिसमस टोपी पहन के कर रहे हैं. I don't think most of the subscribers today know it was like the third or fourth episode. And I'm like our wives were like, boss, हम मेलबर्न मैच देखने आए और तुम. हमने बोला यार नहीं, हर हफ्ते जाना है तो एटलीस्ट 1 घंटा बकर कर लेते हैं करके. So I mean it,
Yeah.
at least that we should not do. Let's figure. I think once a month may still be doable, but I like your point. Anyway, we take a pause and we see.
Pause,
I think maybe I'm sure there'll be feedback on the comment section. उसमें समझ में आ जाए.
Yes.